Capcom's pseudo-sequel to Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, would prove a smash success in 1999 as gamers couldn't wait to get their hands on more survival horror from the genre's master, Shinji Mikami. Replacing shambling corpses with ferocious reptiles made for a great time, and following ports of Resident Evil 2 and 3 to the Dreamcast, Dino Crisis would also debut on Sega's console by the end of 2000, 13 months after the original launched. Unfortunately, despite its brilliant gameplay shining through, it remains one of the weaker Dreamcast ports Capcom oversaw, bearing so little in the way of improvements and extras that it's hardly worth touching if you own it on PlayStation. But for those curious about another kind of horror experience, it is still worthwhile. After an undercover agent discovers the reappearance of the presumed dead Dr. Kirk, as well as his involvement in a scientific weapons project, a military group known as SORT sends in a team of agents to retrieve him. Regina, Gale, Rick and Cooper are deployed, but things soon go south with the discovery that monstrous dinosaurs inhabit the facility, with Cooper eaten by a T-Rex within minutes of landing. As you take control of Regina, it's up to the agents to get to the bottom of this Jurassic invasion and track down Kirk while avoiding death by dinosaur. The story is efficient and well told, and though the dodgy voice acting can sometimes dampen the more notable moments of the plot, such as Regina's comical reply to seeing a dismembered corpse, it's decent for its time.
That's disgusting.
Fans of Resi will immediately feel at home with Dino Crisis. The unfolding puzzle is Ibis Island, as you navigate Regina while collecting keys and other items to unlock more of the facility. It harbours far more extravagant puzzling, with many doors requiring not only 2 sets of keycards, but also puzzles which require you to siphon the password outside of irrelevant letters. And of course, with dinosaurs roaming the facility, you will need to defend yourself. Regina automatically comes equipped with a handgun, but can also gain a shotgun and grenade launcher, as well as multiple ammo types. Dinos prove a vicious, aggressive foe. They pounce and inflict serious damage, and can break through doors if you try to outrun them. Regina must also contend with bleeding, which will gradually drain her health unless a thermostat is used. It proves more challenging than even Resident Evil, surely testing players' survival abilities. But Dino Crisis also made some huge strides for the genre. Though beaten to it by Silent Hill a few months prior, Dino Crisis uses fully 3D environments, which for the time look great. The visual design combines smartly with the camera work, as it opts to follow Regina rather than remaining static. It sometimes feels like, with the unsteady panning, you're being followed. Dinos bear some excellent AI, making every encounter a troublesome time, particularly when there are multiple dinosaurs. And there's a slew of cool details. Regina's weapon could be knocked out of her hand, which begins a frantic chase to reclaim your defensive position. High-impact danger moments force furious button mashing to avoid death, and medicinal items can be mixed to improve potency, create poisonous darts, and multiply medpacks. It's a little unfair to slate this game as Resident Evil with dinosaurs, as it brings a number of smart, welcome additions to the genre. Dino Crisis can be cleared in around 7 hours, but repeat runs bore fruitful returns. A slew of decisions can be made throughout the game which will cause the story to branch out, as you must decide between Gale's more gung-ho-like direction, or Rick's attention to detail and meticulous, yet more complicated, methods. A late game choice will lead to one of 3 unique endings, which reward extra costumes, modes and weaponry. There's plenty to sink your teeth into. Unfortunately, Capcom's effort into this particular version is lackluster at best. Dino Crisis may have impressed visually on its original release on the PS1, but many of the low-res models and animations remain unchanged on what is a significantly more powerful console. The only improvement seems to come in the form of the removal of texture warping, a common disadvantage on the PS1, but that's it. it pales next to games like Shenmue and Soul Calibur. Worse is the lack of any meaningful extras to entice those who enjoyed the original version. All the extra modes unlocked via replaying the game, such as the action-heavy Wipeout mode, are here, but there's nothing unique to Sega's system aside from VMU displays. It's baffling how little was added. In the end, it proves next to worthless for those who have already sunk significant time into this game on the PlayStation 1.
What we ought to do is just call in the chopper and get off this death trap.
But that being said, Dino Crisis and its brilliance still shine through despite an underwhelming port. It's easy to be upset at the weak visuals and lack of extra content, but it's just as easy to fall in love with the classic survival horror formula which Resident Evil refined. Whether it's racking your brain at its multiple brain teasers, fighting off a raptor attack while blood-pumping music plays, or playing one of the many memorable encounters with a persistent T-Rex, it is still a great game in many respects. And while this version is harder to recommend for those already knee-deep into the PlayStation 1 original, those who have yet to face the terrors of Ibis Island will find another worthwhile survival horror for their system. Just don't expect a major overhaul from its 1999 roots.